Today is the 21st day of February. We have several reviews to do, so if people are here for reviews, your name will be called. Come up to the table to your right when your name is called, and I'll review your file with you. If you don't get called, think you should have, you gotta go check in with the clerk. If you're here, it wasn't your court day, you missed the date before, you gotta check in, because we don't know you're here, you're not on the docket. All reviews.
Kaylee Bennett, Richard J. Blevins, Austin L. Carmen, Naaman C. Cox, Levi Dillon, Jessica Fields, Jonathan Harris, John C. Henry.
Kaylee Bennett, 20, 2681, 21, 2280, 22, 1604, 22, 170. Kaylee Bennett is not here. She gets a warrant for failure to appear. Richard Blevins is here. Case numbers are 16-726, 16-4739, 17-437. Mr. Blevins, do you have a payment to make on your fines today?
No, sir.
Have you done any community service since the last time you were here?
Yes, sir. I'm down to 2 days left.
You turned that in, when did you turn it in?
Where'd you do that?
I'm doing it at Ironton.
At the court there, or?
Yes.
I do not have proof of it, Your Honor.
Okay, when did you do those days?
I did like 2 or 3 days this week and a few days last week.
Okay, well, we need proof of that. Are you living in Arrington now, or are you living?
I am currently living in Ironton.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set your next hearing for March 14th and bring proof, give me something from the court there that the community service that you've done that goes toward our case. You can't get double credit. In other words, if you're doing it for them, you can't get credit for here. But if you're doing it just for us, then we need something from them showing you appeared there. Okay?
Yes, sir.
March 14th, write that down. They're in that form in the little basket. March 14th, 9 a.m. is your next hearing. Austin Carmen. Austin Carmen is 22-254. He hasn't appeared, he hasn't finished, so he gets a warrant. Naaman Cox is here. 21-1917, 21-3062, 22-1663, 23-569.
Your Honor, if I may, he did get his ankle monitor replaced today.
Okay. And I've got a letter from Bethesda that you finished there, but you just got to, I think you owe them some money or something first.
Yes.
Are you paying anything on your fines today?
No, not today, I can't. I paid for I brought enough for the bracelet today, and I took care of that already, but I didn't have enough to cover much after that.
How many days is he making?
18.
Okay. All right. I'll set you at least a month out. Mondays or Fridays, are you working?
Fridays are best, I guess, but I mean, I can do either or. Yes, I am working.
March 28th, that's a Friday.
Is that all?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Levi Dillon. Levi Dillon is 241309. Paid your fines off, and you gotta do,
I have 5 days of community service in the dip school that I still need to take care of.
yeah,
I'm currently working 2 jobs, and it's really hard to manage my time right now. It's like I'm doing everything I can to stay afloat as far as the bills at the house, and on top of everything, my heating and air conditioning unit went out, and they quoted me $7,600 to replace it, and I haven't had heat since January 12th.
oh, okay, well, yeah, things are tough, that's what happens when you get a,
Oh, no,
you get a
I-
conviction for an OVI,
I
it just
earned
makes things tougher.
I earned it, trust me. I don't blame anybody here but myself. I've just been struggling really bad.
I understand.
I just need more time. I mean, I'll get everything finished, absolutely, obviously.
Okay, I'll give you more time, you have made a pretty good effort to get your fines paid. And apparently you are working.
Yeah.
What's best for your schedule, Mondays or Fridays?
Mondays would be more ideal. We're not as busy on Mondays at Cycle Center.
I'll
So.
set it for April 7th, that's a Monday.
Okay.
Write it down, April 7th, your next review will be at 9 a.m. So you need to get signed up for the dip school. If you
Yeah.
Look into that.
Yeah, I have all the documentation. It's been a money issue.
I understand.
I had to furnish the entire house with space heaters, and that was, about $600 of heaters just to try to stay warm, and it's still not really cutting through it. So
Yeah,
But-
it's been a tough winter.
I'll be back on top of things soon enough.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Jessica Fields, 2811. Jessica Fields is not here. The warrant for failure to appear. Jonathan Harris. Okay, Jonathan Harris apparently called in and said he was at work, so he's got 7 days to get in here before warrant issues. And that's case numbers 24932, 24278, 241038, 23429. John Henry, 121917. He hasn't done anything on his case, he hasn't appeared, so he gets a warrant.
Misty Hunt, Cody J.W. Meade, Jerry G. Morrison, Taylor Parmenter, Christopher W. Roadcap, Michael Rowe, Zachary Russell, Chastity Sackman.
Misty Hunt, 212088. Has done some community service since the last hearing. Is that Orange County Recovery? Okay, you're starting school, that's good. Says you're doing well. And negative screen, so good work. You still have 15 hours of community service to do, and you have some fines to pay. Can you make a payment on your fine today?
I absolutely can.
How much?
50.
50?
Yes.
Okay, put you down for that. See the clerk to make your payment.
How many hours did you say I had left, Your Honor?
15.
Okay.
Are you working now, or Mondays or Fridays?
Fridays would be best for me.
Okay, March 21st.
Okay.
That's a Friday. Exactly 1 month. March 21st, 9 o'clock is your next hearing. See the clerk to make your payment.
Yes, sir.
Cody Meade, 23-152, 22-1690, 22-2101. Is that ODP?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't have a paper report for him today, but he is compliant and I can get you one.
Okay, thank you. Still has fines to pay. Do you have a payment on your fine today?
I do not. I changed jobs. I'm not roofing no more, so I took a $150 pay cut a day. I'm building pallets for $100 a day. I just started doing that Tuesday. I get paid today, but that's going to be later on. I don't have one as of today, but I'm going to try to get back down here later to get one. But my tax release has hit, so taxes are hitting Monday. I know they don't solve everything, but I owe you $2,900, and I'm making my rounds to every court, and I don't have no open cases. All I got's these fines left, so I'm trying to cut all my ties with everybody Monday.
Okay. Well, I'll give you some more time, just, and you are doing good in your treatment.
Yes,
You
yes.
can do community service. If you can't pay, you can always do community service. I'll give you credit on your fines for doing community service. You get $50 a day credit. Your next hearing is going to be March 21st, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Gary Morrison. 2453. He's also ODP and completed. Very good. Okay, your case is over. That's all you have left to do. Congratulations, sir. You are completed.
You have a good day, sir.
You too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Taylor Carter. 23-189 and 191. She's at ended 3, looks like.
That's correct, Your Honor. Due to illness and weather, we don't have a paper report today, but I am prepared to give a verbal report.
Okay, and how is she doing?
In regards to overall programming with group and individuals, she is compliant. I believe there was something involving a disagreement with a staff member earlier this week. In regard that caused her to need to switch housing.
I have no idea why they keep saying that. We didn't have an argument at all.
Is she still allowed to come to Minneries for?
Yeah, she's still in our program. She just
Okay.
moved to a different housing location.
All right. Anything you want to say about that? Or?
I have no idea why they keep saying that because we didn't have any argument. I discussed some frustration with my counselor, with my house manager, and then me and my house manager worked everything out. But because of whatever he said, they said there was bad blood and that I needed to be moved houses, which I disagreed with.
Okay, but you did move or not?
Yes.
So it's behind you now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, that's good. You've done your community service, you're working on your counseling, you still have some fines to pay. Can you pay anything on that today?
No, I worked it out with Major to do community service down here, but Minneries won't transfer me down here for it, so he just told me I could do it in Ironton at the municipal court.
Yeah, you can walk there.
Yeah, I didn't know I could do that, so.
Yeah, we'll let you do that.
Okay.
All right, March 21st will be your next hearing. 9 o'clock. Christopher Roadcap. Christopher Roadcap is 21-11-72, 23-646. He has.
Your Honor, he was at community services order, and he said he would be here this Saturday also.
Okay, well, let him know he missed his hearing. He's got 7 days to appear before warrant issues. Michael Rowe, 23-4, Michael Rowe. Okay, Michael Rowe is on teleconference.
We'll get him engaged on the deal.
Okay. And Mr. Rowe, you're at Gowdy County?
Yes, sir, unfortunately.
How long are you gonna be there?
Not for certain right now. I'm looking at a PV for at 5, just for something about staying too many nights at my buddy's house or something. And they've not put a court date up on my docket yet, but my counselor, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, he did turn some more community service hours for me this week or last week.
Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna give you another date, and then if you're still in jail, hopefully they'll let you appear by teleconference. If you're out, you need to come to court. I'm gonna set it for the last Friday in March. That's March 28th, the last Friday in March. 9 o'clock.
Want me in person, or do you want me over to Zoom thing?
I want you in person if you're not in custody. If you're still in custody, then you can appear by Zoom.
All right, yes, sir.
March 28th.
All right.
Yeah, that's all. Zachary Russell is 2498. He's here. Everything, I see everything done except you were supposed to go to RRS. Did you do that?
Yes, sir, I did it first, and when I first started going to RRS, I was working 7 days a week at Holzer and Gallipolis, and I just didn't have time, and then I got a new job at Harvest Groves in Ironton, and I'm still working 6 days a week, and I have Sundays off. But I've done everything I can to complete my community service, my fines. It's just being able to find the time on a weekday when I don't get home at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do today. I'll let you take a urine screen. If you're clean, I won't require you to go to RRS. So
Yes.
go do, Mr. Cooper will show you where to go do the urine screen. Chastity Second is 23,688 and 689. We've got community service and fines today.
Your Honor, if I may, I have to note that Ms. Second was ordered on January 7th to be here on January 8th.
I was not
And she did
ordered.
not show up and did not show us.
I was not ordered to be anywhere. I told you that I was going to try to be here the next day, and I couldn't.
Okay, order you in custody then.
What are you,
I'm placed in
Back there.
custody.
Go back to that door.
This is a 2-year-old case and you have never done your community service, so
I've done
I'll deal with you at the end of the docket. We're starting the arraignments now, so you have a new case, you're gonna get called by the bail. Come out to the table to your right when your name is called. If there's anyone in the lobby, then you can come in now. Sir, at the back door. Sir! Either go in or come out. Stay in. Yeah, come in and have a seat. I'm going to give people their rights, and I don't want people roaming around the room while I'm doing that. If you need to go someplace after I do this, on the hearing start, then you can do it. The bail's going to call the names of people that have cases. When your name's called, come up to the table to your right, stand there. I'm going to go over the charges with you. You don't have to agree with the charges. I don't file the charges. The prosecutor does that. That's their job, and they may be wrong, but you need to understand what you're charged with. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to agree with the charges. You don't have to say anything. But if you do make statements, what you say is all being recorded. Everything is on the record. So if you admit something about your case, that can be used against you later. You have a right to have an attorney. You have a right to have an attorney appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Those are the rights defendants have. You waive those rights by entering guilty or no contest. You should not enter those pleas if you don't understand the proceedings, if you're confused, if you don't know what to do. If you want a lawyer, if you want a trial, any of those things, you should enter a not guilty plea. Not guilty should be the first option. Only enter a guilty or no contest plea if you're sure that's what you want to do, because you're waiving your rights as a defendant in doing that. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus David A. Vance, case number CRB 2550. David A. Vance.
2550, David Vance. David Vance was personally served with a copy of the summons on January 31st. He's failed to appear, so a warrant will issue for failure to appear.
State of Ohio versus Riley Snyder, case number TRD 25305.
And ma'am, are you, is it Riley Snyder?
Yeah.
Ms. Snyder, it's alleged that on February the 20th at 10:10 a.m. in the village of South Point, you were operating a vehicle with a suspended license. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. The maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand your rights?
Mm-hmm.
How do you plead to the charge?
Guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting it's true.
Right.
The only thing the officer wrote a very brief report says, warning for expired tags, driver was suspended. And that's from the South Point Police Department. Do you have anything you want to say?
I just had no idea that it was suspended. I got 2 tickets back to back within like a couple of weeks of each other last year. I paid one, I thought I paid the other. I guess I didn't. I got pulled over at like 10 a.m. By 5 p.m. My ticket was paid, the reinstatement fee is paid, and my license is back valid. So.
And you're West Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
West Virginia driver.
All right, so I don't have access to their computer, so I'll have someone run that and we'll recall you.
They sent me an email, if I could show you that. That's the only proof I have of it being valid again.
Do you have, how do you have that?
Huh? On my phone.
Okay, I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
What about the tags? Did you get those fixed also?
Yes, those are fixed as well.
Okay, it looks valid to me. Okay, so what I'm going to do, since you've fixed it, I'll just impose a $50 fine and court costs. Can you pay that today? See the clerks to your right as you leave the courtroom, and your case will be over. $50 fine and court costs.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jasmine Martin, case number CRB 2551 A and B.
Ma'am, are you Jasmine Martin?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Martin, you have 2 charges filed against you, 51A and B. The A case alleges January the 15th of this year in Perry Township, you knowingly caused Cassidy Simpson to believe you would cause her physical harm to either her person or property. That's a 4th degree misdemeanor menacing charge. Maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. The B case alleges same time and place that you knowingly caused Caden Markham to believe you caused harm to either her person or property. Same possible penalty. Do you understand these charges?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights you have as a defendant?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to these charges?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, please.
Are you working?
I'm not.
You have no income?
I'm unemployed with no income, I'm in treatment.
I didn't
Outpatient, I'm in
understand.
outpatient treatment.
Oh,
I just had a baby, so I haven't got a job
Where are you
yet.
in treatment?
Across the bridge, Huntington Treatment Center.
Okay, so that's the methadone plant.
Yes.
Is Mr. Steiner here? We're gonna get you a lawyer.
Thank you.
Do you have a South Point address?
Ironton,
Ironton, what is your
Yes.
current address?
1216 South 5th Street, Ironton, 45638.
All right, Mr. Steiner, I'm going to appoint you to represent this lady. Her name is Jasmine Martin. She's got 2 charges of menacing, 4th-degree misdemeanors. So, since they're 4th-degree misdemeanors, we're going to need to go back pretty quickly.
Are Mondays or Fridays better for you?
I'm not working, either's fine.
Okay. I'm here 28th.
Let's do the 28th. February 28th, that's 1 week from today, will be your next hearing. It'll be a pre-trial at 10 o'clock. She can sign a $1,000 OR bond. Whoever's making the noise on the Zoom call, please.
The X, I can't see anything. I still have glasses on.
Just go ahead and sign it here. This is gonna be your OR bond.
Yeah.
That just means you can.
All right, we think she's got an old charge too, Mr. Steiner.
Did you hear him? No, I didn't.
We think she's got an old charge from 2023 that she needs to wrangle on also, so I'm going to order her not to leave the courthouse, and we're going to pull that. I'll point you if it's a jail offense also, so. You want to talk to her?
I'll talk to her about this one and then
We'll recall.
Thanks.
State of Ohio versus Robert E. Gensley, case number CRB 23-324, CRA 21-345, CRB 21-346, CRB 21-222.
Okay, and I've gotten a bunch of messages about Robert today.
Yeah,
All good? Yes. Thank you. Okay. Got from Mr. Quan, a report from Southern Florida. Good report, and I've gotten an email and text also from Courtney Hooten, who runs the Little Victories Animal Shelter.
And yes, sir.
Saying they're doing a really great job for them, so appreciate that. She's on your side. It's good to have support like that.
Definitely.
So, it sounds like you're doing a great job.
I paid $100 on my fines just now too.
Wonderful. Okay, I think you're on the right track. I applaud your efforts, support your efforts. So continue on the path you're on, and we'll just keep monitoring things, and you're doing great. So for your next hearing, it's either going to be a Monday or a Friday usually, because that's when we have court. What's the best day of the week? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter, sir.
Okay. Let's make it March 31st. So last day of March, and that's going to be a Monday.
Okay.
March 31st. 9 o'clock.
Your Honor, if I may, he
Yes.
has a court date scheduled here for the 7th. The reason I brought him in today, because there was some confusion with him leaving Riverside and coming to us, and he had a warrant, and I talked to Mr. Major on Monday, and he told me to bring him in today. So you still
Okay.
want him to come the 7th, or?
No.
Okay.
Well, let's see, he has an attorney, doesn't he, Mr. Morford?
Morford, yes, sir.
Probably need to have you talk, let's do this, rather than, I jumped the gun a little bit. Let's have you speak with Mr. Morford, because I didn't realize he was still representing you. I don't think he's, so when he gets here, when you talk with him, then we'll recall and decide when you're gonna come back to court then, so.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Morford is here.
Okay, let's get
He's
him.
coming in right now.
All right. Oh, you do? Well, it looks like I got Starr on one case, and Morford's the last case, though. The 324.
The assault.
All right, Mr. Morford, this is Robert Hensley. He changed to Southern Code, it looks like. He's got some cases pending. I was doing some work for the animal shelter in Huntington. I got a really good report from them saying how well he's doing for them. So, why don't you talk with him, we'll recall and then decide how we're going to go forward. You probably need the court's file, so I don't think you probably have your file.
I don't, Judge. If I could have yours.
Yes. When you're ready, let the bailiff know.
Will do. Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio recalls Zachary Russell, case number CRB 2498.
All right, Mr. Russell, I'll accept your screen. Your case is completed.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I need to sign any papers. Am I good to go?
You're free to go.
Have a good day, y'all.
Okay, we're going to go to the jail to do some teleconference hearings right now.
State of Ohio versus Michael M. Davis III, case number CRB 24767, CRB 24649 A and B, CRB 24215, CRB 2490 A and B, and Gerald Ross is on deck. Mr. Steyer.
And Mr. Steyer has been Mr. Davis's attorney. My notes show there was a pretrial on the 7th of February that Mr. Davis said there was here for.
I don't recall a specific date, but I do know there was a recent pretrial. I believe that was actually during, I think the day he didn't appear may have been that day that we had the bad snowstorm. I tried to contact him, I wasn't able to contact him after that.
Okay, do you need to talk with him?
At this point, I guess it kind of depends on what the state's looking for. I believe it's been alleged that he left treatment at the last place we placed him. I don't know where that was.
Looks like hometown. Hometown.
I was at home down and I left because my wife was about to lose my apartment and I'm the only one that worked.
And
there wasn't, she was hungry and that's the only reason that I didn't leave there.
I've spoken to her. She contacted me yesterday. I want you to hear me say this. She understands that you're going to have to go into treatment and you're going to have to stay through and complete treatment. So what I'm going to ask for, and I don't know if the court or the state are going to be agreeable to this, is that we reset this for another pretrial at a date fairly soon, that he be given an OR bond with release only to treatment, and that we give this another try. I don't know if hometown is willing to take him back or if we need to find a different placement.
I mean, last time they wanted me to plead guilty to all my charges and suspend my jail time. And, I mean, I would be willing to do that, but I would like to go to like outpatient or something, so I can still work and still take care of my family.
Well,
I mean, I won't tell them drug screens or anything.
The state has indicated that they are willing to, if he enters a guilty plea, just to suspend all jail time. I don't know what the court's position on treatment's gonna be, though.
I mean, I would like to still work
Sir.
and take care of my wife.
Okay, sir.
When did,
We hear you.
when did you come into the jail, Mr. Davis?
Like Tuesday, but I did a month in jail. I had a month clean in jail last time, and then overall, it was 2 months probably in treatment, so I've had enough clean time.
He does have a great deal of jail time credit as well, and if you were to test him today and he were clean, that would be an indication that he had probably been clean for several months at this point.
Well, that was my thinking, is to have him screened today and see what it shows.
Why don't we do that and have the case recalled, Your Honor?
I'm gonna have you do a screen, and then I'll recall you after we get the results.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Gerald Ross at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 2566A and B, and Philip Kazan is on deck.
Gerald Ross is actually Mr. Morford's case, except for preliminary hearing. Mr. Morford in the courtroom.
Judge, I get on Rose case, but I'm afraid that would be a big disaster.
I understand. This is Gerald Ross.
Yes, we were in front of Judge Ballard on Wednesday, and he gave the green light to you if you wanted to put him into treatment on a bracelet.
What's his status in Commonwealth Court?
He has a motion pending to request his ILC.
Why don't we waive him to the grand jury in this, from here, and let him go to treatment? Because he's already in Commonwealth.
Mr. Ross, did you hear what the prosecutor wants to do is take both cases down to, or have both cases in front of Judge Ballard?
Yes, sir.
That would require, I would like to have your consent to waive your preliminary hearing so you can keep any kind of bond. Is that okay with you?
And I was still going to treatment today.
I'm sorry?
And I was still going to treatment today.
Well, I don't know if it'll be today, but it will be soon. I can't speak for the provider. I don't know if they have a bed available for you yet.
Has he been assessed by anyone?
Yes, sir.
Who were you assessed by, sir?
Oh, that's what I don't think so.
Okay.
Who are you doing your ILC with, sir? Your intervention in lieu of conviction?
I was at Rivers, RRS, but last week when I talked to Capper, we were trying to go to lunch cover, but I haven't talked to anybody in the last week or two about that.
So as I understand, the state's okay if he waives the grand jury to go ahead and put him on an ankle monitor release to treatment. It sounds like what Judge Ballard's going to do anyway.
Yes, we would be in agreement with that.
Okay. And Lawrence County Recovery is evaluated him at some point, or does that need to happen?
It still needs to happen.
It doesn't sound like it's happening.
Okay. Or is Lawrence County Recovery here and wants to assess him, or they don't? Is there anyone here from Lawrence County Recovery? Okay. So anybody else that got mail beds that wants to?
Riverside.
Riverside.
Mr. Green?
I think I heard minute reads as well, Judge.
Okay. What's your pay source, Mr. Ross? Do you have a Ohio Medicaid card?
Yes, sir.
That's too bad. They're not here.
I'm reading the affidavit. All right, Mr. Turbin, you want to talk with him? Yes, sir. Okay. I'm going to have you assessed by the counseling center. And if you go, you're going to have to go with the GPS monitor, which means if you leave and cut the ankle monitor off, it'll be out of my control. You're going to go to the prison. You understand that?
I can do that.
Okay. I've never had anybody yet say they are going to do it, but I do have people do it. So, and in fact, I've got the first one, I think, that ever did it, is being released from prison today. Mr. Terry, he said, and he was doing really well on ankle monitor, getting treatment, but he had a party to go to in Charleston. So he was out for about 2 weeks, and he's been in prison for like 3 years now for cutting his ankle monitor. He's getting out today. So it's not a joke. I'm not your mom. I'm not your 7th grade math teacher. If you don't do your homework, nothing's going to happen. You are going to go to prison if you cut your ankle monitor off. Believe me, this is not a lie. You understand me?
I will do that. Yes, I understand.
Okay. Do the assessment. We'll have you back after we get that done.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Philip Kazad, Lawrence County Jail. Case number CRA 2553A and B, CRB 2554, CRB 24815.
This is Mr. Steyer's case.
I'm sure he has cases.
I'm not an attorney on it, so I don't know for sure about what we have over on the complex.
Your Honor, we're looking to confirm that he has a case in common pleas court
There's a
already.
breaking and entering in front of Judge Finley that is open. I don't know who his attorney is, but he has it here that should tell me. Butch is his attorney in common pleas court. He does have a case pending.
All right.
This is Philip Kazan.
Do you have a report from hometown that shows what happened when he was
So they took his case to
I
the
don't
grand jury.
released? Probably should take a look at that.
They tried to cut from Austin and Arraignments.
Show it to
Judge
Mr.
Kelly.
Field.
Okay.
So he's got several stuff in here.
Okay. Okay. All right, so he also has other charges.
That's not actually pending yet, though.
Well,
They were taking the grand jury yesterday for
Well,
two
they're not on, okay, yeah, they're not on
It's
the
not on
website
the
yet.
website.
what,
yet.
you want to waive him on these? Or not him?
Your Honor, he has a case pending in common pleas court currently as well, apparently yesterday. Tampering with evidence and vandalism related to an ankle monitor. We're taken to the grand jury but are not yet on.
Proving my point as to the and just, it's kind of ironic, I got a text from Kim Gabbard, who you know is the head of Tri-State Family Connection. She went and picked up Mr. Terry. I have a picture of her and Mr. Terry together. She picked him up from prison today. And they're listening to court on YouTube. And And she sent me this picture, just to show, this is true, folks. You cut the ankle monitor, you're gonna go to prison. Mr. Kazad, I don't know if he actually got it off, but he tried to cut it off.
Right, I don't know the details.
At least that's the allegation.
But with that in mind, I believe the state's gonna nolly these to the grand jury.
Okay. There is a misdemeanor here too. Is it going off?
Is that 24,815?
Yes.
That's not related, so.
It's
we'll have-
a speedway theft offense.
If he were to plead guilty to that charge today, our offer would be a very generous time served.
Do you understand that, sir? You would finish this charge with time served.
What kind of time?
The time you've already served.
So the charge will be up and over, Judge?
Okay.
The theft from Speedway would be gone. The matters with the officers would go on to be dealt with at the common police court.
So I would only have to deal with the one charge from now on, right?
You would have,
There's more than one charge.
you would have to deal with the felony charges that I'm representing you on here at common police court. Your case that's already at common police court, I have nothing to do with. And your case that was just through the grand jury, I have nothing to do with. This is only concerning the theft from Speedway. But that would complete you with this court, other than if the judge has you come back for a review hearing, which is probably going to be a bit of a moot point because what we just discussed with the ankle monitor situation.
Man, I was just gonna see if I can go back to rehab.
You can't.
Why don't you talk?
I'll call you.
He's going to call and talk to you. We'll have you back on after you talk to you.
Gotta see the court's file, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
That's all we can do at the jail right now.
We come back to the jail after there's an assessment and lawyers talking to their clients, and we'll come back after all that gets cleared up. We'll go back to the jail. Wait.
State of Ohio recalls Jasmine L. Martin, case CRB 23766. We now have this in charge.
Jasmine Martin for arraignment. This is the charge, and Mr. Sire is appointed on the other charges, so let's get him in here.
You want Jasmine Martin?
Yes.
Okay, and I can hand this back forward, Your Honor.
There it is.
Yes, about the same case.
You do that to Mrs. Blood,
So it's a theft.
Okay, so she has an old case she was never arraigned on, so we pulled that now. That's 23,766.
Your Honor, I would waive reading of the charge, enter a not guilty plea, and ask that the same bond cover both matters and that it be set at the same time.
Okay, she did sign a $2,000 OR bond. She did show up. Does she have a bond up?
I don't know, our bond has not been filled in yet in the other case, the form's at the front of the, so if we could just put both case numbers on it, that would take care of that.
She's already signed.
She's already signed it, just hadn't been filled in.
All right. So that's 2551 and 23,766.
Yes, Your Honor. And I don't know if it's written onto the file yet, but we had set the other matter for next Friday.
Yeah, 228, I'll set both for pre-trials on 228. Not guilty plea is entered as to each. Anything else?
I don't believe there's anything else at the moment, Your Honor.
Next hearing, a week from today, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus April D. Walters, case number TRD 1879, TRC 17. 3237, TRC 171168, PRD 17850 A and B.
These are,
Good morning, Your
They
Honor.
were run because at one time there was some contact.
this, according to the record, she had missed a hearing back in May of 21.
Yes.
So, Mr. McDonald, you're appearing on her behalf today?
I am, Your Honor. She's here to take care of that FTA. She had been ordered to go to counseling, which I believe she did religiously for several years. And then she relocated to West Virginia. She came in here, and I think you told her, she may be able to explain better than I, but you had told her to go to a couple more sessions or something. And she relocated over to West Virginia, and the facility in Ohio would no longer take, she didn't have an Ohio medical card any longer. And April, is that correct?
That's correct.
Well, the last thing I've got, it was then called Riverside Recovery Services, it's now RRS. May 19, 2021, says this letter informing that April Walters was discharged May 13, 2021 due to non-compliance with attendance and having no contact with her agency.
Right, because they didn't take my medical card. They had told me when I went last that they no longer accepted my medical card. So, because I transferred everything to West Virginia, where I moved over there.
Did you go to an agency in West Virginia?
Yeah, and I have a letter now where I still go to counseling. I got a letter from them.
What agency do you go to?
It's HHG.
And I think she does have a letter, Judge, that documents her attendance. Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this his to keep?
No, that's probably only a copy of
Yeah,
it.
he can keep it.
Oh, okay.
He can keep it.
Okay, she's in an MAT program with the hospitalist group. Okay. Well, I mean, I would accept that. What I would like to see happen here, she's got several files that were never completed. Some of them involve substance use issues. I would like to see her finish up what her obligations were and show some proof. She's got 3 OBIs, it looks like, in this court. That she's in recovery and is going to take care of her past obligations. I'll withdraw the warrant then if she's going to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's agreeable.
Yes.
She has a job interview this afternoon, I think, Your Honor.
Okay.
She's doing well.
I'll withdraw the warrants, give her a new review hearing date. So you don't have a job yet, then you're looking to get one?
Yes. I went on several interviews. I have one today, actually.
So let's set your next review hearing for March 24th. So that gives you over a month.
Okay.
And you just need to work on, bring me reports from your treatment.
Okay.
I'd like to have a little more detail on what they gave you this last time.
Okay.
And pay on your fines, and there may be community service.
There
in
is
here.
community service.
Okay.
I hadn't,
There's, you know,
I was afraid.
I'll work with people that are working to get stuff done. I don't want, you know, I could fill 3 jails up with people who are not trying to make progress. So if you're making progress, I'm not gonna put you in jail.
I think she was afraid, Your Honor.
I was afraid to come over because if I wasn't going to the counseling at
Well, you're just
Riverside.
lucky you didn't get picked up on the warrant, because you would have,
Yeah, well, I wasn't out here
if you
getting
had
in
police
trouble.
contact, you probably would have went to jail, so.
Right.
All right, I'm withdrawing the warrants March 24th. Write that down, there's a little form in that basket for you to put your next date on. March 24th at 9 o'clock is your next hearing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, you're welcome. Okay, we are getting to the pre-trials now.
State of Ohio versus Jared Stover, case number TRC 24674, A, B, and C, and CRB 24461.
This is Mr. Reach's case for pre-trial.
Your Honor, we had a motion hearing in this case some time ago, reached a resolution shortly thereafter that required Mr. Stover to complete the driver's intervention program. I have documentation that he has now done so. I believe we will jointly ask the court to amend the OVI charge to a physical control, to which the defendant would enter a plea of guilty. There's no ALS issue. His license is valid. And that's where we stand, Your Honor. May I approach with the...
Yes. Now, what about the 24,461? What's that?
Looks like it's a review case, Your Honor.
Okay.
I think that's mine, Your Honor.
There was an assault conviction on that.
It's unrelated to my representation.
All right, it's actually not set, I'm showing March 28th for the first review hearing.
I think perhaps that the deputy clerk put it on today's docket so that they could be set for future review together.
Okay. So according to, I'm looking at the entry now, he has some restitution to pay, and he's supposed to be going to OMP. So that needs to be done. He's got to come back for a review hearing on that, March 28th. Yes, that is a Friday, March 28th, 9 o'clock. Okay, so on this, now I'm probably going to set this for a review hearing on that same day since he's already coming down. So, state agrees on the reduction.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's amended to physical control. Is there any other versions?
There's failure to control and safety.
Failure to control and safety belt. What's the position on that?
Well, we would not leave with failure to control and having safety belts. No problem, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Stover, you have a right to make a statement if you wish to. You're not required. Do you have any statement you want to make?
No, Your Honor.
Is there any recommended sentence on the physical control?
We don't take any position on it, Your Honor.
Mr. Reeves, do you want to be heard on that? Or?
Just, Your Honor, Mr. Stover's been employed since 2016 full-time with TNT Heating and Cooling in Chesapeake, Ohio, and he's still, that employment is current, Your Honor. I'd ask you to impose a sentence that doesn't involve incarceration.
All right, I'll impose a $200 fine on the physical control and 12 hours community service with a 10-day jail sentence suspended. And review hearing on the March 28th day.
Both these cases.
So we'll put them both on the same day.
Okay.
2 years of level 4 probation on the physical control.
So what was that review date on?
March 28th.
28th.
So both cases are set the same day. You'll need to check in with Mr. Cooper about his probation.
Understand that.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay.
The safety belt.
Safety belt's a mandatory $30 fine.
Yes, sir.
Failure to control is not.
You're free to go, just about try and see it. Thank you. Yes, sir.
State of Ohio versus Philip R. Williams, case number TRC 242527, A, B, and C.
All right, Philip Williams is Mr. Reese's case and it's set for pretrial.
Your Honor, Mr. Hield and I have discussed this case. I expect us to resolve it with a plea to one of the charges. However, he gave me a bunch of breath test discovery last week. I'm still working my way through it. I'm going to ask the court to set this for one more pretrial. In the event that we're unable to resolve it, we can schedule hearings from that point forward, but I do not expect that to be necessary. I've looked at Monday, March 3rd, or Friday, March 14th for me, Your Honor.
Okay, the 14th would be the best for the court. Okay, March 14th would be a pretrial in this case, and if it's not resolved, then trial date will be set.
Yes, sir. Mike, is this mine? This, you gave me? It stays in your file. Okay. Or you want to make a copy? Yeah, let me just keep it. I'll give it back to you when you do. All right. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Justin Holly, case number CRD 24651. Justin Holly.
Mr. McCown's case, pretrial.
So if you want to call for the...
Heather Humphreys.
What approach are you on? No, we'll just, I'll make it.
Your Honor, it's my understanding, a couple things, that there may be some body cam footage that they have of some officers that they're going to get to us. They've also apparently had significant issues trying to contact the alleged victim in this matter. They've asked for an opportunity to subpoena her to see if she's going to cooperate with them in this. So we'd ask for the 21st of March, if that's okay with the court.
Yes, that's fine. So next hearing will be March 21st for a pretrial. We'll be looking for the complaint party to get consulted or appear at that time.
I think it was to appear, Your Honor, they were going to subpoena her.
Well, if we're able to consult with her and know that we have contact with her, I don't, she may be working or something that day, but we'll let you know.
All right, March 21st will be the next hearing, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Bonnie L. Walters, case number CRB 24683. Mr. Ashworth is the special prosecutor on this case.
All right, Mr. Ashworth is the special prosecutor. He's appearing by teleconference. Mr. McCown is representing Ms. Walters, and it's set as a pretrial today.
That's correct, Your Honor. Your Honor, it's my understanding that based upon pretrial negotiations, the state would move to amend this to a single violation of 29-17-11 A2, disorderly conduct, a minor misdemeanor, to which my client would enter no contest plea of stipulation of finding of guilt.
Agree. Mr. Ashworth, do you agree with that?
Sir, I do.
Okay. So I'll allow the amendment to 29-17-11 A2. So it'll be an MM disorderly. Is there any agreement as to?
There were no discussions on the
Ms.
fine.
Walters, you have a right to make a statement to the court if you want to on this before your sentence. Do you have anything you want to say?
No.
And has Mr. Rossiter been consulted, or has he got any input on this case? He was the complaint party and the brother of the defendant, as I understand.
He wouldn't understand.
I think it'd be a guardian that would be.
Oh, okay. All right, $50 fine costs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Can't you pay that today?
Yes.
Okay, no probation. Steve Clark, pay it, it's done.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You need to tell Ashford, well, he's gone.
State of Ohio recalls Robert E. Hensley, case number CRB 23344, CRA 21345, CRB 21346, CRB 21222. Mr. Moore.
Mr. Morford's case, we're recalling back to the consult.
Yes, Judge, we've had a chance to talk. I don't know if you want to go into the reasons why he transferred from RSS to where he's at now. He would like to continue treatment. As you noted, he is employed at the Huntington Dog Pound. He does need to start making some payments on the costs and fines that he owes the court. Don't think that he owes you any community service.
Now, is there anyone from RRS that wants to give any input on this? No? Okay. All right, I got glowing letters of support for him from the animal shelter, so that's good. And we'll continue on with him at Southern Hope then, and I think I was going to set this March 31st, I believe.
That's good here, Judge, and I've stressed to him the importance of coming to court.
So I'll change it. I think it had been set for the 7th. We'll change it to March 31st for pretrial. That's on 23,
Those are all pretrials. Some of them are listed as reviews. Are they all pretrials?
Pretrial, 23-324 is a pretrial. The others are probably pretrials on review.
Okay, I'll change them all.
So next hearing on everything that Mr. Hensley has will be March 31st.
Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Sorry, Mark, I didn't realize it was you.
State of Ohio versus Stewart R. Shepherd, case number TRC 242415.
Let's talk.
This is Mr. Smith's case, it's set for pretrial.
Pro-trons.
Yes.
Who filled your prescription?
It's a Capital Hospital.
All right, the state's moving to amend this to physical control.
That is correct.
Judge, no objection to the amendment. My client would enter a no contest plea, the stipulation of facts sufficient for a finding of guilt by the court.
Is that correct, Mr. Shepard?
Yes.
You have the right to make a statement to the court if you wish before I sentence you. Do you have anything you want to say?
No.
I'll impose a $200 fine and court costs. Can you pay that today?
Yes.
Okay. No probation, then you see the clerk make the payment. Case is concluded.
The record shows that there's no proof of insurance, if he has that. That'll be with B&B.
No proof insurance, do I have that? Times on your phone or your car?
Probably in my car.
Needed showing effective on November 22nd, 2024. Because if we process this and send it on to B&B, they get it, they're going to suspend you. Not me, B&B will suspend you.
You just want to bring it back in while you're here. That way it takes care of it.
Can you get it today?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
And Judge, if I may approach, I do for the court's file, I have that listed.
All right. Yeah, that's really important because we can accept it today, but after today, once we process it, then you got to deal with the B&B, and that's a gigantic pain. So try to get it in here today before we process it. You'll have till 4 o'clock today to get it.
You good? All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, I'm ready to go back to the Lawrence County Jail.
Okay, we're going back to the jail to finish up this hearing.
State of Ohio recalls Michael M. Davis III, case number CRB 24767, CRB 24649, A and B, and others.
All right, Mr. Steyer's case, he did give a clean urine screen.
So, Your Honor, the offer from the state that Mr. Davis is interested in accepting would be a guilty plea to all charges in exchange for a recommendation of time served. That leaves open the question of what treatment the court might be looking for. Hometown Recovery is willing to take him back, but only on an inpatient basis. I don't believe he wants to do that. I don't know what the court's position on that's going to be.
What's the state's position?
Well, first of all, we would not be opposed to his current incarceration being ended today if he pleads guilty, but we'd want a suspended jail sentence. Second of all, I mean, I would think it would need to be left up to the counseling agency as far as, understanding what he's saying, that he needs to support his family and take care of things, I mean, that's perfectly understandable. The question, however, is, whether there's an agency that would agree to take him on an outpatient basis.
Well, I would think he needs to be assessed, and they will make a recommendation based on what their assessment is. One of the factors is going to be, I know he's been incarcerated since Tuesday, but at least as of today, he's shown a negative screening.
Right.
Is there anyone that's going to assess him? And do you still have a Medicaid card, sir?
Yes, sir. I mean, I'll go screen for him, I'll do whatever.
Okay, hang on, sir.
RRS?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to let them do a screen on you, and then we'll see what they recommend. We may get the recommendation you want, we may not. So let's do the assessment, and then come back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so this Michael Davis will be recalled again after the assessment.
State of Ohio recalls Gerald Ross to Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 2566 A and B, CRB 2567. Philip Casad is on deck.
And Gerald Ross is represented by Mr. Morford, and he's being assessed by the counseling center.
Yeah, we're going to take him.
Okay, and they're willing to take Mr. Ross on an inpatient basis with an ankle monitor. That's what Judge Ballard wants. He's waiving his right to preliminary hearings. He's going to get him on to common plea. So I'm not going to be dealing with you anymore, Mr. Ross. You'll be dealing with Judge Ballard. He agreed to this arrangement that you go to treatment with the ankle monitor. So I think it's safe to say, and I think your lawyer and everyone else in the room would agree, the best thing you can do is show up in common pleas with really good reports on your treatment from the counseling center.
And establish trust with Judge Ballard.
Yes, sir. Do what they tell you to do, when they tell you to do it, how they tell you to do it. Don't go in there and start bossing people around or telling the staff what you're going to do, what you're not going to do, refusing to go to groups. That and cutting your ankle monitor off is a sure way to go to prison.
They're not going to do it.
They have the amount of the OR on.
I'll make it a 5,000 OR. Order him released to the counseling center once an ankle monitor is placed. Now, here's the thing on that. You may get an ankle monitor today and you may not. One, I don't even know if there's any available. We have a limited number of ankle monitors available in the county. The probation, adult probation for common police court is the one that places them on. So you're kind of at their mercy. They may put one on you today, that may be Monday or Tuesday. But eventually you will get one placed, and then you're going to, once that happens, you'll go to treatment.
Yes, sir.
You understand all that?
Yes, sir.
So we'll send a waiver down for you to sign. We're going to fax something down for you to sign that says you're waiving your right to a probable cause hearing and agreeing to go to the grand jury. Now, do you represent him in common pleas or?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so Mr. Morford will continue, since it's Judge Ballard, you will continue representing him in common pleas. So your lawyer will still be with you once you go to common pleas. And you'll appear in front of Judge Ballard, and he's going to want to see a good report from the counsel that you're doing what you're supposed to do. Okay, you know what you need to do then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And we'll need, Mr. Morford, you'll need to sign the waiver also. Mr. Morford, you need to sign the waiver. Preliminary hearing.
State of Ohio recalls Philip Kazad at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 2553 A and B, CRB 2554, CRB 24815.
Mr. Steyer's case, and we took a break to let Mr. Steyer and Mr. Kazad talk, and that's happened now, we're back.
Mr. Kazad understands now that really no matter what we do in these cases here today, he's not going to be getting out of jail today. He's got a holder from common pleas. The state has offered that in exchange for the plea of guilty to the theft from Speedway, that they would agree to recommend time served. We would join in that recommendation to enter the guilty plea to that charge. We didn't discuss a fine, community service, or anything of that sort.
I'll just give him time, sir.
And again, I was going to add that on the basis of the other charge he's apparently facing in common pleas court, there's a good chance he's not going to be available for a period of time upcoming.
All right, so that's 24-8-15. The recommendation is time served on this misdemeanor theft on a guilty plea I will accept a guilty plea, and you have a right to say something, Mr. Gazette, if you wish to. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, sir, I'm sorry.
All right, I'll send you to time served on that, so that case is concluded. You won't have to come back here on that. You're going on to common pleas on the other cases, and there's a waiver.
I think the state is going to not lead him to the grand jury. I think it's a moot.
Holder then, or?
He's being held on other charges in common pleas.
Okay. All right, so 2554 is a misdemeanor, but it's related to 2553, I take it. So they're both knowledge on to the grand jury. So the thing I would say, Mr. Gazette, to you is, I don't think I'm being presumptuous, get in recovery if you can possibly do it. That's what you need. You're a young guy. You need to get clean and stay clean. That's the root of all of your problems.
Trust me, I know, Your Honor. I want to stay clean. I am clean right now.
Okay. The key is getting clean and staying clean when you're out on your own. You gotta make your own decisions. So hopefully you get a chance to do that. I'm not gonna be seeing you anymore. You're gonna be in common police court. In court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All we can do is go right now.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Sammy Hazlett, case number TRD 24-2016.
Okay, this was set for a pretrial. Mr. Smith is representing Mr. Hazel.
It was, Judge. We had discussed this previously. He is now bedridden. He was turning in his license, and the monitor says, would he do that? The state would dismiss the charge. But apparently there's not a form you can just sign at the B&B. His daughter's here, and she's made multiple attempts to try to get something showing he's not driving. But he's bedridden. Is that correct?
What is it?
He's bedridden. That's why he's not here today.
Well, I believe the court can send in something saying this person needs to be medically,
If the court,
from
yes.
my observation, is not medically able to operate, and they would make him
Perfect.
turn in something from a physician to show that he is now capable. So I will do that.
Thank you, Judge.
And,
He's back in the hospital.
okay, case will be dismissed.
Okay.
Then I'll submit that to the B&B.
Good. Appreciate it. All right, thank you.
So this should be on my desk, and I'll deal with it after.
State of Ohio versus Andrea Price, case number CRB 2557 and CRB 24-693.
Mr. Smith represents Ms. Price. I understand there's been an evaluation scheduled now.
Yes, Joe, it's just coming Tuesday. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it done before today, but it is set for Tuesday. You know what time Tuesday?
I think it's 10:30 a.m.
I can confirm with Ms. O'Neill, 10:30 a.m. Tuesday, so if we could come back in a week, next Friday, Monday, make sure it's been done. I don't know, we'll be ready to do anything by then, but
You probably won't have the report.
Yeah, so
by then, but.
I would leave it up to the court as far as, she is actively participating and doing what she's supposed to do.
Mr. Hill.
Well, I think that's appropriate to continue it and find out what the report says.
Okay, and after months, Vicki Price is now at ABH in Athens, so that did happen. March the 7th or thereafter.
I can do the 7th or the 14th, they're both good, Judge.
Let's do the 7th.
I can do that.
So that's 2 weeks, March 7th, or the next year. 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus David W. Moore, case number TRC 25135, A and B.
Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
Judge, this is our initial pretrial, Judge. I spoke with Mr. Hill. We were not able to come to any kind of resolution today. I have filed discovery. If we could use that March 7th or 14th date, whichever is better, to come back, I should have answers by then. I'm sure I will.
The 14th. Next hearing is March 14th for pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
Put down March 14th at 10. Is your next court hearing.
State of Ohio versus Jacob Thompson, case number CRB 24740.
14th, yeah, I said, yeah, 14th is the date.
Mr. Smith's case, pre-trial.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was supposed to get it today. I was supposed to get it Wednesday and get a form to bring to the tree. I got a voicemail. My phone's not working.
I'll ask, where are you treating that? Who's treating you? Familiar with this case? Judge, he's treated OVP. He said he spoke to someone, had a voicemail to get a report, but he doesn't have it. I'm not sure.
My notes where he was going to counseling in Ashland with WP.
I am.
Yes, he was, Your Honor. I do not have a report for him today, though. I would just have to call and get an update or something. They didn't send me one.
Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Who recall? Oh, thank you, Judge. We should get the report where we call it. He said, cause, yeah.
State of Ohio versus Amy Tickner, case number CRB 2555. Amy Tickner.
Amy Tickner, it's Mr. Smith's case. Is that for pretrial?
It is, Judge. Likewise, I have filed discovery. This is a very complex case. There's a lot of moving parts to it. There's other people
I think
involved.
there may be a related case. Bobby
Black, it is, and
State of Ohio versus Bobby Black, case number CRB 2556.
All right, and this is Mr. Steyer's case.
It's actually,
This case, I'm not-
Your Honor, I had to withdraw from that one due to a conflict of interest. It was reassigned to Mr. Smith.
All right, I'll list him. Both set for pretrial.
it is, Judge, and I don't obviously want to set a trial at the first pretrial, but I would ask to come back the 7th or 14th if the other Mr. Smith is available. I've got discovery filed. My client has sent me a very lengthy email. I'm well aware of her position, but we're just not going to get it resolved today, the initial pretrial.
Your Honor, that I filed for discovery as well. It looks like right now we're currently at impasse, but I'm available either 7th, 14th, whichever.
Let's do the 14th.
Okay. Fine, Judge.
Next hearing will be March 14th. Both cases, pre-trials at 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Dawson, case number TRC 244138, A, B, C, D, and E.
This is Tyler Smith's case. Seven pre-trial.
Yes, Your Honor, this is one I've discussed with Mr. Hill. This is a first offense OVI case. I think there's a couple other charges as well, but that's the main one. He's going to change his plea today. I believe what we agreed on, just the typical first offense treatment. It is a low score, but
I don't. All right, it is. This is from October 13th of 24.
you didn't have insurance on you at all that day, okay. He wasn't insured that day, Your Honor, so.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
He wasn't insured on the 13th.
Was not?
Yeah, so he
So
wouldn't have.
what's going to happen on that, Mr. Dawson, is I'm going to give you, I'm required to give you a suspension due to being convicted for operating a vehicle intoxicated, but you're getting an additional suspension for not having proof of insurance, and that one's gonna come from the B&B, since you didn't have proof of insurance with you, so, you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you agree with your attorney that you wish to change your plea to guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any statement or explanation you want to make?
No, Your Honor.
And this looks like, I'm showing a speed offense, ODI, red light, running a red light, charge in left of center. And is there turn signal violation? Yes, and there is a turn signal.
Your Honor, we'd want to plea on the speed offense and the left of center, red light, and turn signal. We'd be willing to dismiss those. He pleads to the ODI and the speed.
Okay. So there's no objection to
No
that?
objection, Your Honor.
So there's a guilty plea to the speed and ODI. The other traffic charges are nollied by the state. And it doesn't look like there was a crash, was there? It was, I don't see a crash report.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, just looking through the arresting officer's report. Okay, on the ODI.
I'm sorry, my printer's not working, I'm trying to
Okay.
figure that out. You know how to do that. I mean, I don't think it has to be programmed. Through the connections program to send to this certain computer.
That's what we want to do. We can't. I've got a wire, but that also works.
Still trying to get
on the OVI, I'll impose a $400 fine, that's close to the minimum. Court costs, 6-month license suspension, and that started the day it is. So you don't have a whole lot longer on your suspension. But as I said, you're going to get a suspension from the B&B too for not having insurance. 20 days in jail, suspended. Order you to do 5 days community service. You have to go to the 3-day driver intervention program. 2 years of level 4 probation. His reviewing will be August the 15th. So you got all summer basically to get everything done. If you do, you don't have to come back. If you don't have it done, you got to come back and ask for more time. If you don't show up, this is the way you can go to jail. Which I don't want you to go to jail. We got enough people in jail. Just do what you're supposed to. If you blow off your review hearing, you'll get a warrant. That will put you in jail. On the speed offense, I'll impose a $50 fine. He'll need to speak with Mr. Cooper about his probation, get his paperwork from him, and he's free to leave. Any questions of me?
No, Your Honor.
And you can get, well, you don't have proof of insurance. If you want driving privilege, you're going to have to get insurance before we can give you any kind of driving privilege. Okay. Okay, that's all.
State of Ohio versus Tracy A. Berry, case number CRB 2514, 41, A, B, and C.
How come earlier?
Tracy Berry.
This is Mr. Steyer. I hear you, ma'am. This is Mr. Steyer's case. Ms. Berry is on teleconference.
Your Honor, Miss Berry contacted me. She says she's ill this morning. Didn't sound like anything we wanted to be exposed to, so I asked her to please make herself available by teleconference. This is a matter that you may recall, Miss Berry was taken from the jail into hospitalization. She got out, she got in contact with me. I've spoken to Mr. Heald about this. Due to the nature of the hospitalization that happened and kind of what is alleged here, I think to avoid the necessity of entering a not guilty by reason of insanity plea, the state is willing to offer to place this on a 90-day continuance, and if there's no further problems, would consider a dismissal. I don't think there's a competency issue. I've spoken several times to Ms. Berry since her hospitalization. Seems okay now, but obviously there was something going on at the time this happened because she was immediately taken from the jail into hospitalization.
And one thing that needs to be cleared up is the case number. I'm not sure case number didn't get transposed, because I've got,
The CRB 2514.
yeah, on the, well, there's an amended 2541, so I don't know if that's just got to transpose those numbers. And it does say amended.
I've got 14A and B on mine.
What happened, Your Honor, was that there were facts that were specific to the aggravated menacing charge that weren't reflected in the affidavit, so we refiled that charge under 41.
Okay.
The 14A would be knowledge.
I wasn't aware of that, Your
What
Honor.
happened was, during the course of all this, Ms. Berry allegedly called the dispatch, or 911, I think it was a dispatch, and said some things to the dispatcher that were threatening. So, now...
So I think I see an entry in the file, 14's already been acknowledged.
14A.
Yes, the B and C has
Okay.
So, in principle, we are in agreement on the 90-day continuance, except that we still need to consult with the dispatcher who was the victim on the one charge and let her know what our thoughts are on it as far as the big picture in this.
Well, maybe we need to go ahead and set this again then for another pretrial the next couple of weeks, and then make a decision what we're doing.
So 2514 B and C still pinned. The and 2541.
Well, hang on, Your Honor, I don't have a B, I don't have a C. Well, wait. I do, I apologize. I don't have number 41, I wasn't aware a new charge had been filed.
That's menacing, that was amended.
Right.
So we're gonna let everything pen, there's a not guilty plea to everything.
Yeah, I've already entered I haven't entered a not guilty plea on 41 because I don't think she's actually been arraigned on 41. So I would waive reading and enter a not guilty plea. I don't think there's a bond actually up in this matter of any kind because I think she was released, well, there may be a medical OR bond. Because I think she was taken from the jail to custody and then she contacted me and hasn't been back in the courtroom since. So I've asked for an OR bond, although I recognize she's not going to be able to sign that physically here, which is another reason we probably need to come back fairly soon. She's sick, so I'd like to at least give it a week, if not 2 weeks.
Okay. How about the 10th of March?
I actually have a jury trial scheduled for the 10th of March. I'm here the 14th.
Okay, next hearing is going to be March 14 for pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Berry.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Caleb Harris, case number CRB 21209, CRD 211692.
And likewise, Ms. Harris, I believe, I don't know which of these might be her, but I believe she's on the teleconference. Someone just lit up. Is that her?
Ms. Harris, are you there?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
We can, yes. Mr. Stires, your attorney, he's here, set for pretrial today.
And Your Honor, I believe what we have here are some older matters that are on, basically for review issues, and then we have a driving under suspension that also comes back from 2021. Ms. Harris is attempting to get her license back. She is going to have to actually test for that. She is working on that. She has gotten the study materials and has begun studying. She was going to be here today, but had car trouble. She contacted me. I told her, well, I can't do anything but ask for a continuance, which I will do today, but that it would be better for her to at least appear by video rather than just not appearing at all, which she has done. So really all I can do at this time is ask for a continuance. I'd like to ask for, she's talking about trying to take this test, so I'd like to ask for a little bit longer, maybe go out about a month if we could. Trying to get her license back in her hands. And this is a matter, Your Honor, where no proof of financial responsibility was checked on the ticket. It's a 2021 ticket, so even if she had insurance, I don't know how realistic it would be to hope to have her get that and bring it in. So my hope, and all we have here is operating without a license. There's no other underlying charge. This is one where the officer saw a crash without damage and cited her for driving without a license. This is a situation where obviously at that point, even if we have the license back, we'll have to decide what to do. But if this goes through as it is, that she gets her license back, it's going to result in a new suspension anyway. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to ask for another continuance. I'd like to go out about a month, and we're going to figure out from there what we're going to do.
Mr. Hill, do you take any position?
Not on the DUS, but I've got some notes here about a 21 case of domestic violence involving her.
Aggravated menacing, that was, yeah.
I don't think that's pending, though, is it, Your Honor?
No, there was a conviction.
Yeah, those are matters that are on review.
Yeah. Okay, 21-586 A and B.
I don't have that, let's see.
I don't have that either. I've got 209.
21-586?
Yes.
Let's pull that out on the computer. 21-586. Yes, that is a domestic.
Is that pending?
On
August. It was never, no, she failed to appear and it was never resolved.
And there's a cross-filing too. The other defendant is Joshua. Harris.
Was there an arraignment on this?
It looks like maybe there was no proof of service, Your Honor, so she's never been.
Never been served?
Has the co-defendant been served, do we know?
I think that's not true though, because there was a TPO to stay away from Joshua Harris, so she had to have been served at some point. I don't know why there was never a warrant issued.
Let's pull those files. 21-586.
What was the other trial?
Yes.
Jonathan Harris, he was on the
Well,
line.
no, 823 is
Joshua.
Which one?
Okay.
Jonathan Harris was the doctor on Lost in Space, I believe.
Yes.
Dr. Smith.
Well, we have several for maybe this 21583.
Well, it wasn't him.
Warrant for Joshua Harris on CRB 21583, which is a domestic violence.
Okay. Well, that wasn't the one that was on the docket today.
No, this is the one that they're saying was the, that Mr. Hield is saying was the co-defendant.
Yeah.
And the case number is 3 digits off from Kayla Harris. I'm assuming that that's the case.
So let's pull that file for Kayla Harris and come back once we get the file.
Okay.
So may I just stay?
You stay on the line, go ahead and mute your microphone though, please.
This case will be recalled.
Thank you. I'll look up more.
State of Ohio versus Amber Sloan, case number CRB 24729.
This is Mr. Steyer's case, pre-trial.
Your Honor, I've requested discovery in this matter. I've received partial discovery. This is one where we believe there is going to be some body camera footage available that has not been made available to us yet. So we're going to need to continue this to continue to get discovery. So I don't know how long the state thinks they're going to need to get that together.
Take very long.
So we'd come back in a couple weeks, Monday or Friday, might be.
That's the school.
March 7th or after.
March 7th would be fine, Your Honor.
March 7th will be the next hearing for pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
Reset.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Heather Krager, case number CRB 24104 and CRB 19742.
Mr. Morford's case? Yes. Prager at hometown.
What's the last case?
Good report. You didn't run off.
I did not.
Good. Let's keep going. You're doing good.
Thank you.
March 28th.
That's good here, Judge.
Yeah, March 28th will be the next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State State of Ohio versus Michael T. Meddings, case number CRB 24648. This should be Mr.
All right, this is Mr. Stratton's case. Set for pre-trial. I have dismissal with question mark.
Yes, Your Honor. He's appearing by video. If there were no problems, it was supposed to be dismissed today.
He is appearing. State still agreeable with dismissal.
We had agreed to that. We wanted to make sure there weren't any further problems, and he was also doing anger management counseling at OVP. That was part of our provisions also.
Yeah, he had a good report last time from OVP, but I think today, back on the 27th of December, but today was just going to be a dismissal.
Do we have a report today?
Who was the patient? I'm sorry.
Michael Meddings, Meddings.
I don't have a report. I can try to get one now.
And he is, looks like he's at OVP Huntington.
Okay, yeah, let me call over there.
It was Rebecca McKinney gave the last report.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, get a report, Mr. Meddings, and
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Angel Garul or Garulik, case number CRA 24616.
Okay. This is Mr. Stratton's case. Preliminary.
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, this is set for a prelim. We had, last time we were in court, we had talked about this staying here and see if we could work it out. On February 7th, the prosecutor gave me a video. I think they gave me the wrong video. And I had been texting with Mr. Hill about reviewing that video because the circumstances of the incident doesn't arise to a felony, I don't believe. It doesn't even arise to a misdemeanor. I don't think there's the circumstances don't even call for that. And what I'd like to do is, Your Honor, I'd like to set it for another date so I can actually get the video. And I'm not even sure what the video is that the prosecutor gave me last time. And I'd like for Mr. Hill to review it. I understand he has not reviewed the video either, so we'll just ask for another date.
We want to make sure that he has the right video. The video we have here says Ring doorbell video, which is what this involved, an incident that happened at the front door of some people. So we'll make sure that what he's getting is the video that we have. We had made an offer to treat this as a misdemeanor today, but if they're not interested in talking about that today, we'd ask then if we're going to come back, and we'll get him the video and come back in just a couple weeks should be enough.
okay, Mr. Stratton. So I'm looking at March 7th or after, what's your availability?
March 7th is fine.
Okay, we'll set the next hearing for March 7th or...
We still have that bench trial, Judge Lane.
All right, I forgot about that.
That.
Okay, let's not set March 7th. We've got a trial with a visiting judge that day.
Okay.
We're trying to keep that date light. How about the 10th or 14th?
The 10th is fine.
That's Monday, March 10th.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
March 10th,
Is that 10 a.m., Your Honor?
10 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Wesley A. Hammond, case number CRB 24777. Your Honor, this is the original set for trial. She went out to the car, Roger. Oh, she
She went out to her car. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry about that.
State of Ohio versus James DeMint, case number CRA 24786, CRB 24787 A and B, CRB 24635, CRA 24290, CRD 231859 A and B.
Mr. Mims at the council soon. Mr. Smith represents.
I apologize, Your Honor. I don't have anything on paper this morning. I was running extremely behind. Everything is well with James. Obviously, in the past, we've exhibited him. You know, he's a model client every time. I think we're just in a place where we're going to see what happens when he reaches that next step.
Okay. So, another month or so before the next hearing?
Yes, Your Honor, it's fine. He has been doing well with treatment. In fact, all his reports in the past have been good, so.
31st, March 31st?
That's fine.
Next hearing is March 31st for all Mr. Mims cases.
Take your order.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jesse L. Devaney, case number CRA 24166 A and B, CRB 24167. Stotter's case.
All right, Mr. Zaney's the ODP and Mr. Stars the lawyer.
Can I approach your honor?
Yes. Good report. Sounds like he's still under treatment now.
Your Honor, I'm not sure where the court and the state are on this in terms of being ready to wrap it up. We're willing to continue to come back if that's what the state and the court desire. You just ask for a date back if that's the route we're going.
Jim.
Well, it says that he's completed all his requirements through OVP. So I think, and he's continuing to attend, that's encouraging. So as to the,
One of these was an F3.
yeah, the weapons under disability. Did we have a discussion about how to deal with that, Luke?
We had left it here. I don't know, really, we hadn't gone beyond that on what to do with it. There are misdemeanor varieties of that we could reduce to and wrap things up if you want to do that.
Yeah, if you find a misdemeanor that fits it, then we just ask for a suspended 30 days in jail and forfeit the weapon. And we dismiss the other charges.
I think there is a misdemeanor in that same section. What's the section number, Phil?
Did you hear it?
No, that one only has there's only the felony in that one.
if there's not a misdemeanor that fits, we'd be okay with, as long as the weapon is forfeited. We would agree to dismiss that.
We're agreeable to that, Your Honor. I think there's a description of the weapon in the case.
It's in the last paragraph of the affidavit.
I see it. Let me read it to you, you want to look at it?
Or you can read it to me.
Okay, it's capital C, A, N, I, K, space, capital T, capital P, 9, space, capital S, capital N, number, sign, 21, capital B as in boy, C, 10913.
That's correct, Your Honor, on the screen.
Yes. So that's 24-166A, that's gonna be nollied with the forfeiture of the weapon for destruction, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so that charge is nollied upon an order that the weapon is ordered destroyed.
And those that have aggravated possession of the case.
I think those are going to be nollied anyway. We were just talking about what to do about the weapon.
So the B case is also nollied on successful completion of treatment. Mr. Dane, one thing you need to do, I would encourage you to continue with OPP as needed. You have to, hopefully you are at the place where you're going to do what's necessary to stay clean.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to supervise you anymore, but you need to do that on your own.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, is it domestic violence as well?
It was domestic also.
I'm sorry, what? John?
Yes.
I think that was nollied in the past. If not,
Well, the TPO will be gone, so it'll be nollied also. Okay, good luck, sir.
good job.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Kayla Harris, case number CRB 21209, TRD 211692, CRA 24811.
Mr. Stiers' case?
Ms. Harris is on video, Your Honor.
Additional Kayla Harris case number CRB 21586.
Is that-
Got the 21586.
That's the one that we were looking for, correct?
And what, according to the record, Mr. Holt was her attorney, appointed, and she failed to appear at the first degree trial. And that was August 23rd of 21.
So she has been arraigned on that?
She has been arraigned, not guilty plea.
Okay. In that case, Your Honor, I would ask, I guess, Mr. Holt's not here. He hasn't asked me to stand in for him, but I think it's not unreasonable for me to voluntarily do so under the circumstances. And so I would ask that that also be set on an upcoming court date. If there's one Mr. Holt's going to be here.
Well, what I would prefer to do is just appoint you, rather than have two attorneys.
And that's fine, I just didn't want to make that request necessarily, so.
I'll appoint you to represent Ms. Harris on 21586.
Then I would ask that we set these things about a month out. I'm here the 28th of March, if we could do that.
State's position.
One of the complicating things about this is we have Mr. Joshua Harris, who also didn't appear. It's a cross-filing, so I don't know what we're going to do about that. I'd like to have them both before the.
Do we know who the attorney on Joshua Harris is? Actually, I just need to make sure I'm not the attorney on that. Because if it's that old, I may have been appointed and not remember.
Okay, we'll pull it up and see.
I'm sorry.
Yes, you are.
Oh, well, that complicates this then. I don't think I can represent her. I certainly can't represent her on this matter.
We'll keep hold on that.
But it also raises the issue of whether it's a problem that I'm representing the alleged victim in his case.
Okay, why don't you talk with her and see, does she still want to? We don't even know if he's available. You may not ever be back before the court.
I think that it might be appropriate to nolly these without prejudice, both of them, and then if he comes forward, unless she says, no, I want to pursue mine, I don't know.
Do you wish, well, I don't feel like I can ask that question.
I will ask the question. Ms. Harris, do you still want to pursue the case against Joshua Harris?
No, sir.
So you're okay if the court dismisses that?
Say that again?
You're okay if I dismiss the case against Joshua Harris, and the case likewise is going to be dismissed against you that involved the two of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so both of those will be dismissed. That's 21,586 for her and 21,583 for him. So
And Your Honor, that I think cures any conflict I had, so I don't have any issue remaining on these other cases. And again, we're just asked to reset these about a month or so out. Like I said, I'm here the 28th of March. If we could do that, that might give her time to get her license back.
March 28th will be the next hearing, Ms. Harris, at 10 o'clock. Work on getting your license back.
Yes, sir. I have purchased the book online. I'm studying for it now.
Okay.
I think she has to take both the written and driving portion. Thank you.
March 8th at 10 a.m.?
No, March 28th at 10 a.m. I'll text you.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
We are finished, correct?
You work, yeah, you can log off.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for checking.
State of Ohio versus Joshua Keaton, case number CRA 24811.
This is Mr. Steyer's case. Preliminary hearing.
Your Honor, Mr. Keaton has interviewed with Megan this morning, and I believe she thinks he is a good candidate for QRT.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. He's at hometown.
Yes. He knows he has to remain there and stay compliant.
That's a good report, Mr. Keaton.
And Your Honor, this is our second time back after following arraignment and with good reports and his interview. If the court thinks it's appropriate at this time, we would ask that he be dismissed into the QRT deflection program.
We're in agreement with that, Your Honor.
That's the knowledge then to the QRT?
Yes.
You'll answer the QRT, sir. If you fail that program, you'll be taken to the grand jury.
Yes, sir. Good work. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Thomas J. Coe, case number CRA 2576, CRB 23128 A and B, CRB 23742.
Your Honor, Mr. Coe is been admitted to residential care. He has got some appointments today to finish up his intake, such as mental health. But I'm appearing for him. He's getting acclimated and doing well.
Okay. And he got his monitor placed?
Yes, Your Honor.
So he's there on a monitor, Your Honor. At this time, I think we probably just need to continue this out for a week or so, let him get further acclimated and set this at a date the court deems convenient.
17th of March?
We check that one. I can't keep straight at this point what good days and bad days are. I am here that day, Your Honor.
Next hearing for Mr. Coe will be March 17th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And we'll ask for a time waiver.
Yes, it's our motion, so obviously there's time where we'll also sign one.
State of Ohio recalls Michael T. Meddings, case number CRB 24648.
And getting a report from ODB. Meddings is appearing by teleconference. And his attorney is Mr. Stratton, he's appearing by teleconference.
So I was able to speak with his counselor. She's sending over a written report, but she informed me that she has not seen him since December 30th, and she had only had 4 sessions with him, so he has not completed or been back since.
Mr. Stratton.
Well, December 27th, Your Honor, I did have a good report, so maybe you can speak to that.
He was compliant up until then. He just stopped coming on 12/30.
Yeah, that's right after his last hearing.
I don't know if the state wants to set this again to see if he's compliant with it, or whether the state wants to dismiss it today.
We'd like to see him follow through with his treatment. I don't know whether he wants to offer some reason for stopping, but we'd want him to continue.
So she's still willing to see him then?
Yes.
Is he willing to go back?
Yeah, Mr. Matty, you're willing to complete that program?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll give you another hearing day. You'll get back with your counselor, give us a good report that you completed. So I'm going to say a month out approximately. We can do exactly 1 month, Mr. Stratton, if you're available on March 21st.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
Okay, March 21st will be the next hearing.
Mr. Stratton, you're okay with the time waiver?
Yes, I am.
March 21st, 10 o'clock is the next hearing.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus James P. Batchett, case number CRA 2525 A and B.
Am I free to go?
Yes, you are, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Smith's case is set for a preliminary hearing.
All right, thank you.
All right, so I went on the 3rd for Medicare and Medicaid. And they didn't go through the lost my report, so I just redid it yesterday and asked for a copy. I didn't get a copy.
Could you go to
I went to DCBS.
Let's recall this, let you have a chance.
But this is for, I won't see me till I have that.
Is Angela here?
For my evaluation.
All right.
State of Ohio versus Leslie A. Hammond, case number CRB 24777.
This is Roger Smith's case. This is one that was set for trial,
Judge, this is the case we spoke about earlier today. I'm looking at either the 7th or 14th for Mr. Hill and I did discuss this matter further. I think we're going to come to a resolution, but we're just not quite there yet. We'll wait time.
Would that be for a pretrial?
I'm sorry, yes, make it a pretrial, please, yes.
Pre-trial, March 14th for pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Jacob M. Thompson, case number CRB 24740.
Jacob Thompson, we were getting a report on a leakage.
And Jacob is compliant, Your Honor. He's being seen on a weekly basis for counseling at our Ashland office.
All right, thank you for that report.
You're welcome.
And this is Mr. Smith's case.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. We reset it to get a report, good?
Yes, good report.
He is compliant.
Good. Judge, how far out you want to go? I'm here a lot in March. April's kind of messed up.
28th,
Yes, Judge?
March 28th. 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Melissa D. LeGrand, case number CRA 24513, CRB 24462.
What is the case? Is it home county? It's a good report. So previously amended the felony to a misdemeanor, and she's quite guilty to all the misdemeanors and we suspended. So it looks like the next thing, you got a job now looking for housing, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's that going?
I'm on a list. I'm saving up some money for
Okay.
apartment.
And is there any time frame in which she has to make that move, or?
I don't believe we've discussed the time frame. We're just kind of giving her time to get what she needs before, so that she's successful outside of treatment.
Okay. Well, we went about 6 weeks, why don't we go a couple months this time before we come back?
Sounds good here, Judge.
Okay, she's doing well. The next phase is going to be an important step for you. I want you to be successful there. So let's go into April. Before you have to come back. 21st of April will be exactly 2 months.
Your Honor, something I'd like to mention too, that
Go ahead.
I know she hasn't been sentenced yet, but there will be restitution involved, and it's a pretty sizable amount, so I don't know whether, since she's working, whether it's an appropriate time for her to start thinking about paying some restitution.
Do you know how much the state's claiming that it's going to be?
Yes, to Teddy Stanley, it's $2,733.85. That's for a busted window out of a work van. To, let's see, Robert Mayo. Yeah. To the Church of Christ in Chesapeake, it's $500. So I think that's it, so.
There's 3.
Well, I'll order those amounts at the time of sentencing if they're uncontested. Is there any going to be contest on those amounts, or you know?
You do. I think Mr. Hill and I are going to have to consult about the figures, Judge. I think Mr. Hill and I are going to have a talk about the figures on restitution, Judge.
Okay. Was there any insurance that would cover any of this?
The van should have been covered.
It sounds like the van might be covered, but I don't know, otherwise I don't think we would have.
So the insurance is for the church. That's
Oh,
$500.
okay.
The 15 then that's the amount he's asking.
Okay, but if he has insurance, it has to be.
He did.
All right, we'll sharpen up the issue of
Okay.
restitution.
So we won't address it now, but that's looming out there. It's going to have to be taken care of at some point or talked about. I'm not saying you owe those amounts, but there's a claim that you owe those amounts. So we'll address that at the next hearing. Let's make it April 21st. And what will happen if there's not an agreement, I'll have a hearing on that, and then I'll make a determination as to what the restitution should be. There has to be evidence presented.
Thank you, Judge.
April 21st is the next hearing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Michael M. Davis III, Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 24767, CRB 24649 A and B, CRB 24215, CRB 2490 A and B.
All right, Mr. Davis is getting assessed by RRS. That's been done, or
Yes.
what, you know what the recommendation is?
Outpatient services, from the information that I got from him, he ain't used or drank in a couple months, so I can do an intensive outpatient.
All right, intensive outpatient, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm willing to try it, let you try to work. But we're gonna come back on a pretty quick basis. And, you know, if things change, if you have a relapse or something, then I may order you into inpatient, but I'm gonna give you the chance to prove that you can do outpatient. So, let's come back, maybe 2 weeks. So that's
2 weeks is the 7th, I'm available.
all right. Let's do the 10th.
Hang on just a second, I have a jury trial on the 10th.
The 14th.
I can do the 14th.
March 14th will be your next hearing. So you have 3 weeks to prove yourself.
What is the amount of things they were on the runner?
2,000 OR.
Now, it was my understanding he intended to go ahead and plead guilty to those charges.
We can do that, or we can do that when he's here in person, I don't care, Your Honor, we can do either way.
Okay, you're on the record pleading guilty. I'll take your plea today, but I'll delay sentencing until March 14th.
I just don't like all that on my record in case I try to.
Well, it's gonna be on your record if you plead guilty.
Yeah.
So,
They're all misdemeanors, I believe.
I think there's some domestic violences in there though, which are,
I just meant like get it exposed one day, maybe.
you can't get domestic violence expunged.
Alright.
March 14th is your next hearing. You gotta be here.
Alright.
And come with a good report if you wanna stay outpatient.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
State of Ohio versus Michaela Baker, case number CRB 24754. For some reason.
All right, this should have been on the reviews. He's here today. Is that Southern Hope? You got a report?
May I approach you?
Yes.
This is our outpatient program further to anger management. And he has one session left. He's been an excellent
class.
Okay, very good. All right, it's a very good report. He's already been sentenced on this, so you've got some fines and you got community service to do.
Yes, and I've started the community service. I turned the paper into Josh.
That is correct, Your Honor. Okay. So then, for your next review, I'm going to put it in April, then, since you've done well, and I don't think we need to have you come in as often. So I'm going to make it April 14th is your next hearing.
Is that a Friday, Your Honor?
It's a Monday. You want Friday?
Preferably, yes.
All right. April 18th is Friday, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Christopher W. Roadcamp, case number CRB 23646, CRC 211172, A, B, and C.
All right, Mr. Roadcamp is here now. We had a review this morning. He's got some work he did toward his farm. You still have stuff left to do. You're going to continue to do community service?
Yes, sir.
Cancel the warrant. He did show up.
I was just running a little late. I thought it was the 27th.
How'd you know to come in today then?
My old lady called,
Is that your wife?
my fiance.
Okay. Fiance sounds better.
Well,
Okay. Next hearing, March 21st, 9 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Sade Michael, case number TRC 241460, ABCD.
This is Mr. McCown's case set for sentencing.
Yes, Your Honor, this was previously set for sentencing, and it was apparent at that time that she had not provided the court satisfaction proof of insurance. I do have that for Your Honor, if you'd like to see that.
Sure.
Your Honor, it is from the dates of it was a July 2024 benefit citation, and a Nissan vehicle that she was in is on the last page.
Nissan Pathfinder, and this is from June to December. You want we got a report from ODT. Yeah, so you can show proof of insurance furnished to the court. Got a report from ODT. Says you're making good progress. Last time you were seen was the 17th, which is recent. Okay.
Your Honor, this was originally to be treated as a first offense. I know the court's kind of changed here while this has gone on, and she's been treating its treatment of those as far as the sentencing and how it does that. So I think we actually previously discussed that at the last.
And how would you like to proceed, Mr. Field?
Well, I'm glad to see that she's doing well in treatment, and I believe maybe there were some issues in the past. But it's currently a first offense low score. Well, no, it's a refusal with an additional in 20, so it would elevate it somewhat. If the court were to sentence her today, we don't have an opposition to treating it as a first offense with no aggravating circumstances or elevations to the sentence. And we'd want her to complete her treatment in order to not have to go to the 3-day driving school. We'd ask for a suspended jail sentence and an appropriate license suspension.
Okay, so now what's the minimum now with a first and, okay.
It's still the same.
It's a high test then.
I think the new, Judge, those new ones don't go into effect until April, I believe, for offenses on or after April of this year.
Okay. But the state's saying they're okay with her not going to jail as long as she's compliant.
That's correct.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to sentence you to some jail time, but I'm going to not impose it on the condition that you do the other stuff that I'm going to require you to do, which is going to be go to treatment, do your community service, pay your fines, that sort of thing. So I don't want you to go to jail, but you still could get jail if you mess up. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. So your screen, you didn't do a screen today, but you did one earlier in the month, and it was much better than the one you had done previously. So,
And all of her screens have been compliant at OVP as well.
okay, very good. You have a right, Ms. Michael, to make a statement to the court if you want to before your sentence. Do you have anything you want to say? No? Okay. All right, I'll impose a $500 fine. I'll order you to pay the court costs. I'll give you a 6-month license suspension. So your suspension's actually up. I'm going to give you 30 days in jail, and I'll suspend it all on the condition that you do 5 days community service, complete your counseling at OVP, and I'll also suspend the having to go to the driver intervention program if you do that too. So you save yourself a lot of grief by continuing your counseling at OVP. Jail time and not having to go to a weekend program and stay there. I'm going to do the review earlier because of her counseling. Let's come back in April. Are you working, ma'am?
I am actually taking a little bit of time off right now.
Okay,
I'm
so
still on
it doesn't matter
payroll.
if it's Mondays or Fridays for your review?
No, any day is fine.
Okay. Let's do the 25th of April. Is your review hearing? And did she have any other, yeah, oh yeah, she had no operators. So, have you got your, what are you doing on that?
Well, it was a lot of back and forth between Ohio and West Virginia. I do have I've paid reinstatement fees for both states, paid the fee to file the paperwork. However, I just learned that apparently the class that I took in, my papers were up there, I think 2016, they actually sent me to a class that was approved by the state, but it was for people under 21.
Are you talking about West Virginia or Ohio?
Okay, so West Virginia said I had to do whatever Ohio would say. Ohio said I was just suspended. There wasn't no schooling, whatever. And West Virginia said they couldn't reinstate it without whatever Ohio's laws were. So I took that class, and I have the certificate. But it was ongoing, and then I just got sick and I didn't.
It's still, you gotta get something done on it, right?
I'm waiting to hear back to see if West Virginia is going to accept those hours that I paid to take the class. I took the class in Portsmouth, and I have the completion papers, but I'm still waiting to hear back from West Virginia.
They've got a hold on your license.
Yes, Your
Okay.
There's been a
Yes.
lot of back and forth that she's contended with, as well as during her cancer treatments. Yes,
You probably have to retest and everything now.
she will.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can't give you any driving privileges on your ODI.
Oh, I understand.
You don't have an underlying license, so. All right, I'll impose $100 fine on the no operator's license, no court costs. No tail light charge. I'll dismiss that. I'll dismiss the no headlight charge. $30 fine on the seatbelt. She had speed too, or
No, sir.
no speed? Okay. All right, that should conclude it. Meet with Mr. Cooper before you leave. April 25th is your review hearing at 9 o'clock. Keep going to your counseling as you've been doing.
I will, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Sean Woods, case number TRC 23811, A through D.
Can I approach your honor?
Yes. This is set to proceed. I think I did receive it. So, and I take it this was another case where there was a plea and a delayed sentence.
That is correct, your honor.
Got a report from the VA where he's participating in a program over there. And he's completed 11 hours, that's 7 more hours. And they call it their DUI programs. I didn't know they had, I knew they had substance use programs there. I didn't know they had one to call. It's actually the driver's license restoration program, known as the DUI program. According to the letter. How's the state want to proceed?
Your Honor, this is a first in 10 with an additional, with a refusal and an additional in 20.
So it's the
same as the last one. So we'd be okay if, it sounds like he's well into the treatment. We want him to continue, and we want to make that a condition of him completing that to not go to jail.
We understand that, your honor.
Agreeable.
Yes, your honor.
And again, Mr. Woods, you have a right to make a statement to the court. You're not required to. Do you have anything you want to say?
Yes, Your Honor. The class with the VA is actually really nice, and they are actually letting me continue on after this. They have another program that I can join to kind of further the counseling.
Okay, very good. The VA has a lot of
programs
and things they can do to help you as a veteran, and I would encourage you to take advantage of what they've got. It's a super nice facility.
Yes, sir.
Everything is brand spanking new and top of the line. You go over there, I've toured it. It's really nice, as you know. Okay, so on the OBI, I'll impose a $500 fine, order you to pay the court costs, 6-month license suspension. So you'll be eligible to get your license back because the suspension's over.
That's retroactive, correct, your honor, just for clarity.
I'm sorry?
That's as of the date of the offense, that 6-month suspension.
Yes. Started the day of the offense. 30 days in jail, suspend 30, 5 days of community service. I won't require the driver intervention program. If you complete the VA program, you're complete that. 2 years of level 4 probation. So I'm not going to give you driving privileges because you can actually get your license back now?
Yes, sir. I've already paid the fees as well for it in Kentucky, so.
I'll set his review hearing, let's use the same dates we used previously, April 25th, be your first review hearing. Before probation. On the speed offense, I'll put a $40 fine. $30 fine on the seatbelt. I'll dismiss the distracted driver.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
So you'll need to see Mr. Cooper, April 25th is your review at 9 o'clock.
Now, if I finish all this before, do I still need to come for the review?
Yeah, because I want to see his report from the VA.
Okay. That's a problem.
State of Ohio recalls James P. Badgett, case number CRA 2525 A and B.
Your Honor, the last time we were here on Mr. Badgett, he was going to ARC. He went to Medicaid, yes, and he evidently, he went in on the 3rd to DCRB, that's who does the Medicaid over in Kentucky, and they still haven't approved him yet. In fact, he had to go back and get more stuff yesterday. The paperwork he brought me was his application, everything showing that he is in the process of getting his Medicaid, but ARC can't do anything with him until they get the Medicaid situation set. So I'm going to ask for another date to come back so he can get actually into ARC and get started on that.
Mr. Hill?
We're okay with that, with the time waiver.
Waive time, Your Honor.
Do you have any estimate how long that's going to take?
I'm kind of shocked that it's taken this long to get a card approved, but
I've never done it, so
yeah,
I have no experience with this at all, so.
it's okay. I'd say, I'm here on the 14th. I don't know if that's too soon or not, if we need more time than that. I'd like to get it done and get him into ARC so he has a report from ARC as well.
March 14th will be the next hearing for preliminary hearing.
Yes, sir, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep, okay. All right, thank you, sir.
All right.
State of Ohio, Carmen Gomez, case number CRB 24416.
Yes. This is set for sentencing. It's a good report for Mr. Gomez. We started this last summer.
He's been in it a while.
He's been in it a while.
He's been compliant the whole time. He's been doing very well.
It's come a long way, because that, I mean, went back in this file, look, that first hearing screening in July, he blew it up pretty good.
Yes.
So, good job. I'd like to just, one of the things I know, I've learned over the years, taken me a long time, I'm a slow learner, but one of the things I've learned, the longer you're in recovery, the better the chances are you're going to stay in recovery. So I'd like to see you be successful, and if coming to these hearings helps you stay clean, then I want to help you stay clean. So we did over a month last time. I would say this time, why don't we go 6 or 7 weeks before he has to come back? Is that agreeable?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So that would be seven weeks would be April the 11th.
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay, next hearing for Mr. Gomez is April 11th. Keep doing what you're doing, Mr. Gomez.
Thank you.
Good job. 10 o'clock on April the 11th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Jonathan Estes, case number PRV 2549, this is an arraignment.
Okay, this is a new case. And sir, are you Jonathan M. Estes?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I must have missed that roll call. I was here this morning at 9, but I must have missed the roll call.
Well, I don't know. I don't think we called your case for this now.
Yeah, I've been sitting here all the time.
Well, when new cases come in, sometimes there's so much going on, it takes a while for them to process it. So were you here when I explained the rights of the defendant?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any questions about that?
No, sir.
Okay, your chart, and you get a copy of the chart
I have one at home, but not here.
that you have been served with?
Yes,
a
sir.
copy of. It's a menacing charge. It alleges that at Perry Township on January the 18th, you knowingly caused Samantha Best to believe you would cause physical harm to her person or property. That menacing carries a maximum penalty under Ohio law of 30 days in jail, $250 fine.
Yes, sir.
So do you understand this charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand the rights you have?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the charge?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I work at FedEx.
Okay, I don't know if you're going to be eligible. Is that a full-time job at FedEx?
Yes, sir.
Are you paid by the hour?
Yes, sir.
How much per hour?
I believe I make 17.
17? I thought you guys made more than that.
I wish I did.
You were working 40 hours a week?
Sometimes less. So it all depends on
What's the average? How to determine your gross annual income?
It's usually around 32 to 37.
Okay. So I'm getting, you're making roughly $30,000 a year as your gross. Is that about right? Do you have anybody you're supporting?
I got 3 kids. Well, 4 kids. Yes, sir.
You're eligible for court appointed counsel and you're helping support them?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Tyler Smith.
I'll appoint Tyler Smith to represent you. We'll get him here in the courtroom.
Yes, sir.
Entering a not guilty plea for you. This is Jonathan Estes. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He has a menacing charge.
Okay.
Entered a not guilty plea for him. It's an M4, so we gotta come back pretty quick unless there's a time waiver. And I assume the state's agreeable to an OR bond.
We are, Your Honor. We'll need a protection order.
He can sign a $1,000 signature bond. Did any problem for him to stay away from not contact Samantha Best?
Can you stay away from Samantha Best?
I honestly don't even know what she looks like, sir.
I would assume that he can stay
I
away.
definitely can.
Okay. It was something that happened in school, according to that.
It was after a basketball game.
Okay. Stay away from that lady. Don't go around her. Don't post things about her. And when do you want to come back, Mr. Smith?
We can come back. I can file for discovery before I leave today, and we can come back in a couple weeks.
Okay. What's the time frame on the fourth degree? Do we have to do it in 30 days or? Well,
I can do it next week, either.
well, let's do it,
28th.
28th. February 28th will be the pretrial at 10 o'clock. Not guilty pleas in it.
State of Ohio recalls Chastity Seckman, case number CRA 23688, CRB 23689. That's the whole one, Your Honor.
All right, Chastity, you gotta get out here and do your community service, you understand? I don't wanna put, you got 10 days in jail suspended, and I don't wanna give you the jail time. So you'd rather do the community service with me. You can do it any day except Sunday.
It was just Saturdays.
No, any day but Sunday, you can do it at 7:30 here at the court on the west side of the building. Come there, and you got 5 days you gotta get done. Okay, I'll release you, you're gonna take care of it, right? You don't wanna go to jail. I agree, jail's a pretty awful place. This, if you had to go to jail, you'd rather be back here than the actual jail. This is a lot nicer than the actual jail, so.
I don't know, I guess I was misunderstood.
Okay, well, you got a couple hours wasted, that's all. So now you understand, so you're gonna take care of it, right? I just gave you a little, shot across the bow, so to speak. So I'll set your next hearing for March. Are you working? So it doesn't matter, Mondays or Fridays.
It doesn't matter if you do one.
Let's make it the 24th. That's a Monday, March 24th. He's writing it down for you. And if you get it all finished, you don't have to even come back. You got 5 days of community service, and you have $225. If you can't pay the fine, you can do extra community service toward your fine.
Now, let's just go to
$225. You paid $50 January 17th. Any questions? Okay, you're getting released.
State of Ohio versus William R. Turner, case number CRB 24653, A, B, and C.
Your Honor, he has reported.
He has reported to jail.
Okay, so just let him know he's got a review hearing August 14th.
Yes, Your Honor.
No, I'm sorry, August 4th. I looked at it wrong. August 4th is his review hearing.
Your Honor, I was just informed of that, they're coming, but they're working on the paperwork.
Is it, there's nobody here?
Well, they must be out there in the clerk's office, I guess.
I think she said they're in jail.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know, she didn't tell me that.
Who is it?
She didn't give me a name either, I'll find out though.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take a recess and then when they get the paperwork ready, I'll come back in and do it. Looks like the jail's ready. You got somebody for arraignment at the jail?
Yes, Your Honor, they just picked up a, Mr. David Christian on a warrant.
Okay, we're pulling the files now. When we get them, I'll come back.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I think you stole my pen.
Oh, I did?
Yeah,
I probably
I'm pretty
did.
sure you did.
Okay, I did. Yeah, it's.
That's all right, I've got this one.
Okay, it's
No. Hey, Missy, are there files yet? I mean, are these ones that we've already done?
We've already called this. We've already called this, I just put them back in there.
I thought, you know what, I thought I was in a bad dream.
Oh, well.
Wait a minute. Wake up.
It did not agree.
Did they order a TPO on this?
Yes, it's signed. That's it.
Okay, I need to make copies. I'm gonna make copies of this TPO.
It's amazing we got to do this as fast as we have.
I know. Is it over or are we on a recess?
There's another,
Okay.
I think this one's gonna be arraigned and they pick somebody up on the warrant.
What about Rush? Wait a minute, who's gonna be arraigned next? Oh,
He
You had something over here.
He
for Shepherd.
pled. Those are stuff from out of time.
Well, one of them said Ross Shepherd.
I'll take these out.
Well, what, he pled today
Oh, Stuart
too.
Shepherd. If you wait a minute, this.
Wait, is that Stuart Shepherd?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, here. I think I saw his name.
Putting all of these,
Oh, okay. Well, he pled today to physical control.
Okay. So he's done.
All right.
I did take the pen.
Yes, you did.
That's not good.
You should have seen me for a minute. I
Oh.
was very pissed off.
Oh, I'm glad I wasn't in here. Jeez.
I've never been driven to violence before,
But that was going to be the time. Okay, what do you need?
we want to talk about, Miss Hammond.
Let's talk about Miss Hammond. I've got a few.
Probably online still.
I don't care to do it.
But I do want to talk to both of you about this case without him here. 'cause
Yeah, we
I'm
might.
afraid-
Gonna have the judge sign his protection. Excuse me. Behind check.
What's wrong?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, I'll get ready to hold it down. Okay. Yep, this is Rob reporting, and you put David Christian in the chair for us. Okay. Well, get him in there quickly. Okay. Yep. Thanks. This is Ron, reporting Jessica. Where do we stand on Crystal? Yes? Just, okay, thanks. Lawrence County Municipal Court's now back in session. State of Ohio versus David Christian at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 25108, CRB 25109.
All right, sir, are you David Christian?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Christian, I'm Donald Capper. I'm the judge at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is in Chesapeake, and we're doing your arraignment hearing now by teleconference. So I'm in the courtroom, you're appearing in the courtroom on a television monitor, and what you say, what I say, is all going on the record. It's all being recorded, including our images. So just to point out to you and go over your rights with you, you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. But if you choose to make statements, what you're saying is all getting recorded on the record. If you admitted something about your case, the state of Ohio could play that back and use it against you as an admission. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state of Ohio prove any charges they file against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to go over the charges with you now just to make sure you understand them, and then we'll go forward from there. The first thing is to understand the charges. Case number 25108 is a theft offense. It alleges on December the 18th of 2024 in Fayette Township, you purposely tried to deprive Kyle Jenkins of property, and that property was a 2004 silver Toyota Tacoma, and it gives the VIN number. So that's a felony for theft. The maximum penalty for that is 18 months in jail and a $5,000 fine. Then there's another case, 25109 is falsification charge. It alleges, I think this is a long day, but I know it's a long day. It says December 13th, 2025. Was that meant to be December 13th, 2024?
As far as I know, Your Honor, it can't be 25, so
Right.
we'd amend it to 24.
Okay. It may be, because the other complaint alleges December the 18th, so I don't know if the dates may be wrong too. This alleges December the 13th, 2025, so we know the year's wrong. I don't know if the date's wrong. If you look at the affidavit, it talks about on December the 18th, something about somebody coming in to the lobby, so I don't know if this happened on the 18th or if it happened on the 13th.
Well, David Christian, it's, I don't know if this is one that was,
Is this a new one?
well, yeah, he's being arraigned. So we can get the file and straighten that out.
Okay. Well, we know it's 2024. It may, so I'm going to amend the complaint to last 2024. Can't be 2025. And I suspect maybe that 13th date's wrong too, because the other, and the affidavit and the other charge seem to indicate December 18th. So somewhere in December, 13th or 18th, it's alleged you made a false statement or swore or affirmed the truth of a statement you made previously with purpose to mislead a public official in the performance of their official function. So falsification is a first-degree misdemeanor. That carries a maximum penalty of 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand the two charges, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, from what I see in the affidavit, I think it is December the 18th.
We'd move to amend it then to the 18th of 2024.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer, Mr. Christian?
Yes, sir.
You're going to hire, do you want to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
If you want to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer, I have to ask you about your income.
Yes, sir.
Are you working?
Right now I'm drawing unemployment.
How much do you receive in unemployment?
$500 a week.
How long have you been receiving that?
Just probably about 3-4 weeks.
What'd you do before that?
Do underground work for concrete running fiber optics and stuff like that. Do conduit for directional drilling, hydrovac and stuff like that.
So did you get laid off from that work, or why are you drawing unemployment?
Pardon?
Why are you drawing unemployment? Were you laid off from your employer, or what?
Yes, sir. It's just this time of year, like.
So it is seasonal, kind of seasonal work?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Everybody kind of like, hit it, pick back up there.
Do you have children?
Oh, two different things.
How many?
Okay.
4.
And you're supporting them?
I'm still paying child support on 2.
Okay. I'm going to find then, at that level of income, you're entitled to a court-appointed lawyer, and I'll appoint Mr. Smith to represent you. He's here in the courtroom, Tyler Smith. So he'll be your attorney. He's been listening to your arraignments, so he's heard the nature of the charges filed against you. And I've got a Chesapeake address for you. Is that right? Township Road 84? I think that's right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's the correct address?
Yes, sir.
What's the state's position on bonds for Mr. Christian? I'm asking the prosecutor. What's your position, Mr. Hill?
We're not opposed to an OR bond, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Christian, I'm going to let you sign your own guarantee. You're going to sign a signature bond, it's called. And that's just a promise to come to court as ordered, or then you'll have to pay. And I'll make it $3,000. As long as you come to court, you don't have to post the money. And you get a warrant if you don't show up too. So probably Mr. Smith is going to want to know how to get in touch with you. Do you have a phone number where you can be reached?
Yes, sir.
You want to give that to him?
Yes, sir. 304-644-9798.
All right, I got it.
Okay. Then we're going to pick a date to come back. And you know where the court is in Chesapeake, I'm assuming?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you'll have to come here. We're going to get a date now as to when that hearing is going to be scheduled. It's called a preliminary hearing. So what's your availability, Mr. Smith?
Your Honor, I'm already here next Friday, or I can do a week from Monday, either one.
Okay, well, let's look. Okay, the
If we need to go.
28th is not super terrible.
Okay.
So we want to do that. So I'm setting, Mr. Christian, I'm setting your next hearing a week from today at 10 o'clock at the court in Chesapeake. It's called a preliminary hearing. You need to be here for that, and then get in touch with Mr. Smith or he'll get in touch with you before that date.
Thank you.
And anything else, any other conditions of bond states looking for?
No, you're not.
Okay. You'll get out today as soon as we process the paperwork, be in court next Friday, 10 a.m. Any questions, Mr. Christian?
No, sir, I appreciate you. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I think that